Regular meeting of the Board of Education scheduled for Tuesday, August 26, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. in the Unit Office Conference Room, 500 North 10th Street, Herrin, Illinois, 62948. If everyone would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mrs. Hastings, would you please call roll?
John Hutchinson.
Here.
Susie Etherton.
Here.
Cindy Miller.
Here.
Kelly Green.
Here.
Steve Young.
Here.
Brad Blakey.
Here.
Steve Robinson.
Here.
At this time, we'd recognize anybody who would like to address the board. When recognized, that person should give their name before making their comments. We ask statements to be limited to 5 minutes in duration. Would anybody like to address the board at this time? If not, I'm going to move forward to the consent agenda. Need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to approve, adopt, and reaffirm items presented on the consent agenda and not extracted for August 26, 2025.
Oh, hold on. I do have B under the designate depositor, banks and appoint. We need somebody to explain the transfer for First Southern to Farmers.
So that's different. That's the Herrin High School Activity Fund. That's separate from
Is that separate from?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just want to.
Yeah. Impacting an item later on the agenda. It is separate from that.
Okay. No problem.
Cindy Miller.
Yes.
John Hutchinson.
Yes.
Kelly Green.
Yes.
Brad Blakey.
Yes.
Susie Etherton.
Yes.
Steve Robinson.
Yes.
Steve Young.
Yes.
Does anybody have any questions with regard to the press policies that are presented for Mr. Wilson? If not, we need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to approve the press policies as presented.
Second.
Kelly Green.
Yes.
Cindy Miller.
Yes.
Susie Etherton.
Yes.
Steve Robinson.
Yes.
Brad Blakey.
Yes.
Steve Young.
Yes.
John Hutchinson.
Yes.
Seeing no old business, moving forward to special reports. And I'm going to apologize right now. My voice is squeaky, so I'm going to do my best to get through all of this and not lose it completely. At the pre-K center, the start of the school year was amazing. They were thankful for the wonderful parents and dedicated staff who helped make the transition smooth and successful. And they are excited to share that the program has already reached full capacity. And the Terrific Tiger Awards for August, 2 students were recognized for exceptional kindness, and that's Eleanor Wharton and Rowan Ronquil. At the junior high school, Web, Where Everyone Belongs, was a program that's held, and this was their 4th annual welcome back for all the 6th graders. That was held on Thursday, July 31st. Selected 8th grade leaders guided around 100 6th graders through large and small group activities, as well as a building tour. The coordinators of the Web group, Mrs. Apple, Mrs. Fries, Ms. Kane, and Mrs. Mohab, are also proud of the 8th graders' leaders' enthusiasm, their kindness, creativity, and adaptability that they showed throughout their days of training. The welcome and while helping the 6th graders navigate their first week at Herrin Junior High School. These leaders will continue to support their 6th graders throughout the school year. They would also like to thank the custodial staff for all they did to help prepare the building for the leader training and welcome. And thank you also to the staff who volunteered their time to the welcome to help welcome our new class of students to Herrin Junior High School. The Herrin Junior High School softball team is currently undefeated with a record of 8-0. On August 16th, the team was slated to play in the semifinal game of the Marion tournament before the tournament was called due to heat. And for cross country, Saturday, August 23rd, the junior high cross country team kicked off their season at the annual Early Bird Invitational. The boys varsity team won the overall first place award with Max Mazanek winning first place in the race with a time of 11:06 for the 1.92 mile course. The girls varsity finished in second place overall on the same course. While the JV courses are not scored, 2 5th graders won their respective races for the 1.26 mile course. Shay Schloppy with a time of 9:47 and Abram Jolliffe with a time of 9:08. These were the first races run by these 5th graders. Congratulations our Herrin Junior High School students and staff on their continued success. Moving on to the high school, August 4th, Herrin High School held their annual Frosh Fest. This is a wonderful evening for incoming freshmen and transfer students to meet faculty and staff. Mrs. Allen held an informational meeting regarding all the clubs, sports, and activities available at Herrin High School. Mr. Johnson and Mr. Anderson met with parents and students to discuss expectations and roles at Herrin High School. We had a huge turnout for the event, and it felt like it was a huge success. Meet the Tigers was held on August 22nd at the Herrin High School football complex. All fall teams were introduced along with their coaches. Cheer, flag, and dance performed along with the band. The football team held a preview of their offense and defense. The outreach program, along with the athletic activities department, made this a huge community event. They gave away over 300 hot dogs and snacks for the evening. Buffalo Wild Wings came to support the Tigers by giving away 500 wings. And that wasn't just for the football team. All Herrin future Tigers had 4 bounce houses to play in, as well as receiving free snow cones. Mrs. Allen would also like to thank the Herrin Fire and Police Departments for attending the event. And last but not least, Mr. Wilson and Mrs. Burgess presented at the Chamber of Commerce membership luncheon today and did an excellent job of presenting the state of the district. So thank you to everyone for all their efforts in August. Welcome back to school. We appreciate everybody's efforts. We're hoping for a wonderful school year. Moving on to new business. Mr. Wilson, would you like to do or provide some comments with regard to the bonds?
Yeah, so this is our bond refunding. This is our alternate bonds, our sales tax bonds. They've been on the books for 10 years or better. This is the group of bonds that is coming up. When it starts coming due, the amount of the payment per year is going to exceed the amount of sales tax money we have per year, which is what the alt revenue bonds are bonded against. So we have to refinance those, is a nice way of saying it. This is the preliminary piece. This is just getting the ball rolling to get the groundwork done, to get the underwriters on it, to start getting the pieces in place so that we can actually reissue the bonds and refinance those for whatever term we deem as necessary. So tonight, that is the only thing we're acting upon is a resolution authorizing the issuance not to exceed $19 million of the refunding alternate revenue bonds of the district. This is not taking and adding anything new. This is all old debt that we're restructuring.
So do you have any
Mr.
questions?
Wilson, I had a question about that. When we got the documentation, it talks about what we're going to have. The 15-year option will add approximately $4,160,000. I know we're not talking about doing this tonight, but we didn't give what the 10-year option will add in interest.
Well, that's from the 10 to the 15. In that 5 years, going from 10 years up to 15 years, that's how much more interest it adds on between year 10
Okay,
and
5
15.
years, it's going to add another $4 million.
Correct, yes.
And the interest rate will stay the same on either option?
On either option, no.
What we're paying?
The 10-year option will be a better interest rate as well.
Okay.
And I don't know what that rate is yet because we're not to that point
Right.
yet.
Thank you.
Any questions for Mr. Wilson? Now we need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to approve the resolution authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $19 million of refunding alternate bonds for the district.
Second.
Steve Young,
Yes.
Brad Blakey,
Yes.
John Hutchinson,
Yes.
Steve Robinson,
Yes.
Kelly Green,
Yes.
Susie Atherton,
Yes.
Cindy Miller.
Yes.
We need a motion, a second. Well, I want to actually say something. The teacher salary and benefits report, there's a report that gets pulled together. I know Rachel works really hard on presenting some of those different things, so there's a full accounting of everything for all the staff. That takes a lot of work. Rachel, where are you? Thank you for pulling that all together, because that's a true indication of what compensation looks like for everybody. I know that's a lot of work. Thank you for doing that. Moving on, we need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to approve the EIS administrator and teacher salary and benefits report and position detail roster report as presented.
Second.
Susie Atherton,
Yes.
Steve Robinson,
Yes.
Steve Young,
Yes.
John Hutchinson,
Yes.
Cindy Miller,
Yes.
Kelly Green,
Yes.
Brad Blakey.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Wilson, would you like to have the
Yeah. So on the transfer of some of our activity and our cafeteria funds from First Southern Bank to Farmer State Bank. We'd have some conversation as a board that may be a time to do that. What we're looking at doing is issuing, taking our cafeteria fund, which is approximately, at the time that I received the balance last week, $468,000, moving that to Farmer State Bank, as well as our activity fund, $122,000. That activity fund is Northside Elementary and junior high activity funds combined. High school is a separate fund, Steve, which goes back to your question from earlier. That's why it's still at First Southern. So these amounts, I would recommend the board move to Farmer State Bank and utilize their services. You have the FDIC piece that normally $250,000. Just like right now at the Bank of Herrin, we have $5 million maybe. Let's wish it was more than that, but we'll pretend it's $5 million at least, right? So that money is in the same kind of thing. It's pledged to different securities because anything over $250,000 FDIC is the same concept. So we'll continue to have the same securities pledged for the funds at Farmers Bank that we would have with First Southern.
And we still have funds at First Southern Bank too.
Correct.
And we have funds at Ventura Bank,
Yes.
from what I understand.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
And we still have our main account at Bank of Herrin.
Does anybody have any other additional questions or statement for Mr. Wilson? If not, motion, a second, and a roll call vote to approve new accounts with Farmer State Bank.
Steve Robinson,
Yes.
John Hutchinson,
Yes.
Brad Blakey,
Yes.
Steve Young,
Yes.
Susie Etherton,
Yes.
Cindy Miller,
Yes.
Kelly Green.
I abstain. This time we need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to close the meeting in accordance with Section 122A of the Open Meetings Act, citing the following exceptions as contained in Section 122C. To discuss disciplinary cases, consider approval of closed minutes, the semi-annual review and disposal request, discuss appointment, employment compensation, discipline, performance evaluation, and dismissal of specific employees, and to discuss litigation.
Second.
Brad Blakey,
Yes.
Susie Etherton,
Yes.
Steve Robinson,
Yes.
John Hutchinson,
Yes.
Kelly Green,
Yes.
Cindy Miller,
Yes.
Steve Young.
Yes.
A second and a roll call vote to reconvene to open session.
So moved.
Second.
John Hutchinson,
Yes.
Susie Etherton,
Yes.
Cindy Miller,
Yes.
Kelly Green,
Yes.
Steve Young,
Yes.
Brad Blakey,
Yes.
Steve Robinson.
Yes.
Need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to approve the closed minutes for July 29th, 2025.
Second.
Cindy Miller,
Yes.
John Hutchinson,
Yes.
Kelly Green,
Yes.
Brad Blakey,
Yes.
Susie Etherton,
Yes.
Steve Robinson,
Yes.
Steve Young.
Yes.
Need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to declare the closed minutes as presented as open.
Second.
Kelly Green,
Yes.
Cindy Miller,
Yes.
Susie Etherton,
Yes.
Steve Robinson,
Yes.
Brad Blakey,
Yes.
Steve Young,
Yes.
John Hutchinson.
Yes.
Need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote authorizing the clerk of the board to destroy verbatim records of closed minutes held prior to February 2024.
So moved.
Steve Young,
Yes.
Brad Blakey, John Hutchinson,
Yes.
Steve Robinson,
Yes.
Kelly Green,
Yes.
Susie Etherton,
Yes.
Cindy Miller.
Yes.
Need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to approve the following personnel recommendations as presented. For retirement, Maura Engel to retire at the end of the 2028-2029 school year. Michelle Lawville Johnson to retire at the end of the 2028-2029 school year. Matthew McManaway to retire at the end of the 2028-2029 school year. For employment, James Carlton as a reading aide from Northside Primary Center. Krista Casey as a reading aide from Northside Primary Center. Ava Capagreco as a dollar dance coach for the high school and non-athletic extra duty as presented.
So moved. Second.
Susie Etherton,
Yes.
Steve Robinson,
Yes.
Steve Young,
Yes.
John Hutchinson,
Yes.
Cindy Miller,
Yes.
Kelly Green,
Yes.
Brad Blakey.
A public hearing on the budget for 2025-2026 will be conducted at the beginning of the next board meeting. The tentative budget for Herrin Community Unit School District Number 4 will be on file and conveniently available for public inspection at the unit office on the 27th day of August, 2025. Having completed the items on the agenda, we need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to adjourn the meeting until the next meeting of the Board of Education, scheduled for Tuesday, September 30th, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. in the unit office conference room.
Second.
Steve Robinson,
Yes.
John Hutchinson,
Yes.
Brad Blakey,
Yes.
Steve Young,
Yes.
Susie Etherton,
Yes.
Sydney Miller,
Yes.
Kelly Green.
Yes.
Yes.